Welcome back to another video. In this video we are gonna get on with the walls and finally make them look a bit more pretty, and we're gonna do the plastering. So we're gonna plaster all the screws and all the seams where it connects. The edges, these ones here on the windows, we are not plastering. We'll explain that later, what we're gonna do with them. We could plaster it, but we have some other ideas. So first thing we're gonna get started, put some paper down. We already did make a huge mess of the floors. Guess we should have covered that probably before. But now we're gonna cover it all up, and we're gonna add some more screws because we didn't have enough screws to do it. So we did each plasterboard just enough to hold it on, but we're gonna go on and attach more screws just because there is some that are not all the way in. Even though it feels pretty good, we just want more screws in the walls. But let's get started with that.
I forgot how nice and warm they are. I was excited because it looks like so many windows. I thought it's gonna be a cold floor. I haven't slept here in a while. So.
No, it's warm, the floor.
So nice. Every day warm.
Every day warm.
Inspector Pepe is back.
Yeah.
And his crew.
He's the best at his job.
Pepe's not helping.
I know I'm using the wrong screws, so don't worry, I just prefer these ones. The plasterboard screws, they're on a plus and I don't like them. And there is actually no difference besides that they have this drilling piece that drills through and properly like kind of gets rid of the sawdust in the screw hole. And besides that, they're kind of just a screw. And we have used them in the storage room and I don't see a problem. And I've seen some other people using them as well. And yeah, there's not really any difference. They're zinced. The other screws actually, as far as I've noticed, they rust quicker than this one. So I'm not so sure what's the difference, why you have to use those ones. They seem perfectly fine.
Pepe's are back from their break.
as you can see, all the screw holes have been covered, and now we gotta do the connections, and that's not really that many, so I think we should be pretty quick. And we're gonna use this tape. This time we're gonna use proper one, and it's actually made in USA, so it's imported all the way from America to Latvia, just so we can do some plastering. So this should be more than enough, I think. This is a few hundred meters. So yeah, let's get started. Cut the slices and then start taping. So it's the next day. As you see, it's all nice and dry, and now we're gonna do the second layer. And yes, I've been researching, so I'm not gonna go over and sandpaper it now. I think last time we didn't even sandpaper, didn't do anything, just went with second layer. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But I saw a good tip, which is just scrape it with your tool until it's smooth, so you remove all the rough edges, and then you do the second layer on top, and then sandpapering is at the very end. You could sandpaper it now and then do another layer, but that sounds like a lot of extra work of sandpapering it down smooth and then covering it all up with a mess again. So I think this makes sense. We're just filling in whatever imperfections there is still, mostly for dips, because you can take off anything that's bigger, but you can't add after whatever is too low in, such as like these screw holes. Some of them have like little dimples because they sucked in. Maybe that's the difference between the Torx screws and the Phillips head screws, that the Phillips head maybe don't suck in so much with the plaster. That's why they use them more on plaster boards. I have no idea. I just prefer this ones, and it works pretty good for me, so I just go on with this ones. And the paper tape did suck in on the seams, kind of like on the seam itself, so that's good. So now we can put the plaster right over it, and that should be nice and secure. So let's get started and scrape it a bit, and then we're gonna quickly do a second layer of plastering. That is damn smooth for being a paper underneath. bump.
Hello? What would you like?
This one does need a bit more. The tape is 3Ding visibly out. So we are done with the plastering. We'll see, probably we're not gonna do a third layer because this one I did ultra light, ultra skinny layer kind of, and very smooth. I pretty much made no lines. So we're gonna give it a light sand before painting, but I feel like that is kind of done. Usually it does take 3 layers to do it. I guess to get a butter smooth finish, that's what I saw. But in this case already looks pretty good, and I think that it's not going to be that noticeable. All the ones that are here close to the edges will get covered, since we want to do kind of like a crown molding around the windows. Because of course we're not leaving them like this exposed. It looks ugly, and we don't want to do a plasterboard because I feel like that's going to take away from the rustic look of the house. We don't want it to look like a fresh new build, even though it is. We want it still to keep some character, like the wood ceiling, the wood sills, and also wood surroundings here. So we will make a video on that as well. So don't worry, it's not going to stay like that. That's why also not plastering, because we calculated and it comes out really expensive. We bought all the metal corners just to plaster them, and also yeah, the look is at the end is just really basic, and we want to add it kind of like an extra touch, as we said. But that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Next up we're going to be painting these ones and painting the walls. So the walls are going to be finally white. It's probably going to take a few layers to get the color all nice and smooth. But we have plenty of paint. We have like 20 liters of paint, so we can go crazy on it. And it's such a small square meters that it's really quick and easy to paint.
Plus, it's all flat surface, so it's gonna go really quickly with the roller.
Not like brick walls. We do have that wall to paint. That is really disgusting as well.
I guess we do have brick.
We have to paint all of that. There is some brickwork needs to be done, but we're gonna get on with that another time, since it's just a mess now, and we kind of want to get it done here because we want to do whatever we have planned with this room. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and we're gonna see you in the next one. Bye bye. Natural light looks nice.